if you bring in Ayalolo in, they then threaten. They feel like, oh, the government is coming to kill our business. Rather than educating them and let them know that, no, actually, we become extension of your business. Because you bring the people maybe from the villages and what have you, bring them into town. Then within town as well, we will use these services to commute with them and then bring them from their communities as well back to you at the station. And it actually works well. I was speaking to the CEO, Dr. Paul of Railway. And he told me how they get sabotage, how the railways, how people throw stones. People sometimes even try to derail trains and what have you. Some of these cases are even in court. And I was surprised. And I actually suggested to him that, look, the GPRT, they don't have to see you as a threat. They can even run their own trains. They can upgrade from buses and those minivans to trains. Running on your own network. So it's about how you tweak the system and then at the same time, how you communicate that information down. When they realize that if we bring trains from China and we've got GPRTU and now we can run these trains, which are so many carriages from here to Akosombo, cut it through to all these areas, Winneba. Before you realize, they're even doing the railway race to Koforidua and Kumasi themselves because the money in it is huge. You will take all the loads from the haulage companies who are running the tracks. It will come to you. First and foremost, is what is very sustainable. It's less polluted. The greenhouse gases, which is killing the ozone layer today, it goes down. Rail is the safest. Apart from that, it will get to the destination quicker. You have no traffic issue. So it's about communication and then drawing the policies well.
I see. So I'll ask your view on what we are just discussing. What do you think? Listening to everything that has been said about an agreement that dates back to 2015 with AXA and somebody who will subsequently then serve in the Akufo-Addo administration as managing director of TOR, finding himself in trouble because they said at the time he was working with Goldman Sachs, took money that he was coming to share to Ghanaian officials. And that is a crime in the US for which he's been prosecuted, convicted. They will sentence him shortly. And now we are considering looking into it to see if actually our Ghanaian officials benefited. What do you think about this whole arrangement?
It's unfortunate, but within Africa, we do have organized crimes within governments. Look, we've seen it. I don't want to mention. We saw a whole ambulance contract of repairing ambulances. The contract was actually more than how much you buy the ambulances. What the hell? What goes on in this world? Or in this part of the world? These things will not happen. Why do we do this? Our policies are not watertight. You see, the US policies or the Western policies are very watertight. Why? Because they look at social behaviors. So human beings, we are very, very corrupt, Sarah. And the pastor said, you tell me you are not a thief until one day you realize that you have no money in your pocket. You are so hungry. You've been hungry for 2-3 days. And then you go into church and then you meet a fellow friend. And then the friend said to you, oh, take this money. I'm not able to go to church today. So when you get there, just drop it in the offering basket for me. That's the day that you realize that you were a thief. Because that money, it will not go into that offering basket. You end up buying food on the way to eat. For you to stay alive. Even if you put that money in there, it will be the leftover from the purchase of that food. Human beings are very, very corrupt. And sometimes our policies, we need to look at, bring people who are expert in social studies, expert in understanding how behavior. Look, a British will design a road and they know that when we say no right turn here, people will stand turn right. So you know what they will do? They will make sure that the curb is done in a way that even if you force to turn right, you end up damaging your car. Because they know there might be a few people who might do that. They make sure policies and extremely watertight. That in the US is called our brother there. Over here, we didn't even pick it up. The US have picked it up, and now the chain effect of it, we're having it here. We could do better. We could do better. Look, if you go back into the history of the West as well, let me stick with the British policy or history, you will realize that it took them a long time for them to get to where they are. They've lived with cholera before. They've lived with what should I say? Filth.
Okay.
They've lived with filth more than what we saw happen in after the floodings. In more than that, they've had even coup before. Yes, coup has happened in Britain before. People think, oh no, those are democracies. Nothing. They've had coup before. People can go and search and read. It's not just me saying it.
Okay.
But today, they are where they are.
Okay.
Because over time, anytime something happened, I remember I was reading in history after the Great Fire of London, the monarch then called all his top kinsmen and the knights and you name it, and then said to them, look, I want you to identify the great architects in this country. And then what did they do? They started putting things together. So they started demarcating different routes. They started designing buildings that is easily accessible when there is fire. Fire service or is then instituted into various communities. They learn from things like that.
Okay.
My question is, what are we going to learn from? Because with them, when things happen, they take that, they will do a public inquiry. And then after that inquiry, what they do is, okay, what can we learn from this? That is the most important thing, because they make sure if we can learn something from this, then it will not happen again. So to me, the conversation shouldn't be, oh, the jail, the money, the public officials, but we should be asking ourselves, what can we learn from what has happened to ensure that we tighten up our policies and it doesn't happen again?
Wow, great. Anyway, those investigations are still ongoing. Well, I have about some 9 minutes more to go. So since you are here, let me ask you, because now you are Deputy Communications Officer of the NDC UK Ireland chapter.
That's correct.
Do you want to be organizer?
That's correct.
Why? Why not be communications officer?
Thank you. It's pretty simple. So I've served as a Deputy Communication Officer for just over 3 years. I've worked extensively. You know, with this radio station, I've been here several times communicating the NDC before we went into election, even on the day. Yes, I was here with the inauguration. We spent all day here commenting and what have you. And I love it to bits. I love communication. But communication are models that are studied in my higher education. Okay. Communication comes natural. But what I actually do every day is organization. I've come from leadership, management, and organizational background. Communication, we've done, when we took over, our communication was not digitalized. We've digitalized our communication. We've set the foundations right now. NDC UK and Ireland chapter had one of the most effective communication machinery. Why? Because the things that require, the foundations that require for communication to thrive, we set them. Okay. I'm a change agent everywhere I work. And when you come from industry background, you realize that when you've exhausted a position, you want a different challenge. I've sat back within communication. First and foremost, communication and organization run on a very thin line, extremely thin line. I've sat back and I've realized that, hold it, we could do better in our organization. And what can we do better? Organizations have moved on from arranging of tables and chairs and putting banners, making sure you secure venues, and thereafter you go and hand over the keys, you get people to clean up. No, these are non-core. No organizer is not it's not about leading functions. It's part of it, but it's non-core. It only plays 10% of that role. What is the duty of an organizer? To ensure that the members within your branch or your chapter or your party are well coordinated. You are the field marshal. Make sure branches are well coordinated. What should I say? Coordination, digitalization. We can bring technology in. Look at some of our calendars. We can digitalize them. Gone are the days when we need to, what date do you want? What other days do you want? No, we need to push those things aside. We digitalize our calendars. We have to make sure we build a very robust, sustainable organization, that you are working with your youth organization, you are working with women organization, you are bringing your welfare officers in as extension of you. Welfare plays very, very important, especially in the diaspora, because maybe here in Ghana, your family's immediate family might be here.
Yes.
Somebody in United Kingdom, they might have issues with welfare. Maybe it's just them. There's nobody there. How do we reach out to these people? It's not just about members who have to come and pay into the NDC, but the welfare of these members as well. Inspire them, making sure that the NDC base there is energized, making sure we have very good membership drive. This Chairman Conrad administration, which I've been part of, we did really, really well by inaugurating branches. Now we have 30 branches. What is the next strategy to ensure that these branches flourish? This is why I thought I have the requisite skill set to go in as organizer and make sure I set the same foundation that myself and the team, we set our communication. I'm going to build a solid team again and set it for the organization department of UK and Ireland, and then work coordinatedly with the communication department as well. As I said, they work on a very thin line. So I've been there, done it, and I know what it goes in. Organization as well comes with a very effective communication. So that is actually another skill set. You need to be any leader. You need to be able to, you have followers, and you need to be able to convince your followers for them to buy into your idea, because people will ask questions. What is it there for me? Do you have what it takes to inspire somebody who says, no, I won't do it, and have the now I can do attitude? That is me. I mentor. I do this over the years. So I can lead a very formidable organization that is 21st century organization, which will actually help the party to thrive. And that is what I'm looking forward to. These questions have been asked actually so many times. If I just want to occupy an executive table, I will have been at communication and just sat there comfortably. Maybe I wouldn't have even had anybody to contest me.
Okay.
But that is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to ensure that a change happened. Okay. Look, what my predecessor or the outgoing Adamu, he did. I salute you, my Adamu. He did a fantastic work. But with the resources he had, that was all he could do. The chapter has been firing on just one burner for a long time, which is the communication engine. The organization engine was firing, but it wasn't giving us the full throttle. Now we need to change it. We need to invent the whole and make sure we are getting the full power from that organization wing. If we get that and we get the communication wing and we put them together, we will be a match made in heaven. Thank you.
I see. What are you telling the people? Okay, so explain to me how this is supposed to work. In the UK Ireland chapter, you have delegates?
We don't do delegates. Everybody has to come out and vote.
All members?
All members.
Okay. So on the day in question, every member of the UK Ireland chapter has to vote for you.
Members in good standing.
In good standing. How do you define members in good standing?
Members in good standing are those who are up to date with their dues.
Up to date with their dues. So once you are up to date with your dues, you get to vote.
You get to vote. And then within, in terms of longevity as well, there's a cutoff. I'm not going to go into it, but members know. Those who are eligible to vote, they know.
How many people do you need to convince? Okay, so the total number, the membership currently. Membership currently, how big are you?
We pretty big. We over 2,000.
Okay.
But that is on paper.
Okay.
But by the time you go through and look at eligibility and what have you, we don't know what the numbers will be.
Okay.
Yeah, the last election, I think it was 500 and something,
That
if my
voted.
memory serves me right. Yeah, from the data that I saw. So let's take it that even you doing plus 10% or plus 20%, then you'll be looking at a figure around maybe 600, 700.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because you can say for a fact, and I know you know, that if you are organizing people who tend to lean towards the NDC, then the numbers should be pretty far more than 2,000 in the UK. Do you agree?
That is where I absolutely agree,
Yeah.
and that is where I think the organization we need to scale up, because it's the work, the duty of the organizer to ensure that the visibility of the NDC is well demonstrated across branches and across the Ghanaian fashions, and you name it, funeral, you name it, symposium. So look, as an organizer, you need to have the brain cell of creativity. You need to be able to create something that will be able to bring people along. From people who say, I never thought I'll be an NDC, but because of you, today I'm in there. And that is the kind of leadership that I lead. And Sana, I believe we will get there. We will get there. It takes the people. It takes the people. The people have to judge the contestants based on what they've done in the past. I've been an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I'll come out with an idea, pick that idea up, look at a gap in the market and push that idea and build it. So get pregnant with an idea, give birth to that idea, nurture it, and then make sure that idea is flourishing and it ends up giving me money. If I can do that, I haven't done it once, I haven't done it twice, I've done it 3 times. And this, you're talking about United Kingdom. This is not Ghana. You get me? If you can do that, and you go to your comrades and say, give me the opportunity to go and serve you. Why not? Because I can do A, B, C, and D. Okay. I will be organizer for all. I'll be organizer that will scale the chapter up.
When will these elections happen?
19th. Proposed 19th September.
September. Oh, you have some
small
small time to
Yes, we're still doing our branch elections. We've done the Southern Zone, the Northern Zone. Okay. This Saturday we'll be doing the Midland Zone, and thereafter nominations will open very soon. Okay. I have an idea, but it's not confirmed, so I can't say what. But exactly hopefully this week nominations will be open. When nominations open, we will pick up our forms and then we will start. Yeah, the exercise start, and we take it there. I think that's where the real campaign will start. We will go and do the work. Yeah.
How do you campaign?
That's it.
I can imagine. How do you campaign?
You do traditional campaign. Okay. In addition to, you do the same traditional campaign here. Over there, you can't do door to door because people are busy. So what you do is you'll be on the phone a lot more, speaking to your people, and then speaking to people that your opponent might have gone there and thrown some debt on you, which is happening early already. But Women's campaign will be based on what I can do. It will be based on what I've done in the past, and then it will be based on how I could improve the chapter. Look, I'm too noble to do dirty campaign. Look at me. They will say the man with the white beard, and he came and said this and that doesn't suit me.
Very
so I will stick to making sure I speak to the members, and then also making sure your visibility. Use technology. Last Sunday, I had a Zoom. Brought people on, set up Zoom meetings. I'm doing it, 5 of them across. So people will have the opportunity to listen to me. I do Q&A section. People will have the opportunity to ask questions for me to answer. And some of the questions is more than you're going to stand for the presidency. But we're taking it in. Yeah, it's a very lovely process. Personally, I love the contest. And I pray that all of us do it the way we've seen some of our great politicians done it. Very, very good and clean campaign.
Interesting. Take us to. In fact, we are past time. So
We always do when I come here.
Yes. That's what time. Anyway, because I see some people from your chapter. I see Auntie Becky Stone.
Oh wow.
Foster, is it Tete Semabia? It's also here. I see Daniel Bameke, George Mensah, Buzi Beto. I see Sape Agbo. All here. Abrasuno. And I guess they are all listening to you.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Bless you all. Thank you.
Have you? So you're speaking to all these people if they're in good standing conversation around why you should be the organizer.
That's correct. And then you have your own core team as well. So you definitely have a campaign manager.
Okay.
You have campaign coordinators in various branches. So you have a core team. They are your eyes and ears when a smear campaign is going on and the treacherous things are being said. They are the ones who report back. So there's so many things that you get to hear what is happening on the ground. So these are the people as well. Look, it's about effective communication. You communicate to them, the masses. Not everybody might be able to be there, or not everyone's that is there that you might have their number to call them personally. But once the message is effective, somebody will carry it along, and then the other person carries it along, and the other person carries it along. My message to the UK and Ireland chapter comrades and members is pretty simple, Senna. To me, when anybody comes and tells you, I want to hold this position, ask them what they've done in the past. Okay. Let them show you tangible. Okay. And then thereafter, ask them, what is your vision going into this? What are you going to do? It's easy for people to even draft and copy some of these ideas. I'm talking on the radio. Somebody could pick up pen and paper before you realize my ideas are not their ideas, but they cannot execute that ideas better than yourself because that idea was given to you.
Always wonderful speaking to you.
It's always
nice
pleasure talking to you, and good to see
nice
you,
to see you again. Fifi, I do owe a lot because I remember the way I used you during the elections. So, but after using you, I don't have position to give you. So you have to take it like that. So occasionally when it comes to this thing, I'll give you the mic, you come and talk some more. That's all I can do for you.
I'm more than grateful. Thank you so much. You don't owe me anything, first and foremost. And with positions, I'm not ready yet. I'm serving the chapter.
Okay.
After serving the chapter, when I'm ready, I'll be here. And then we will do what we have to do.
And that's the thing I like about Fifi. Yeah. It's always nice to see you. Always wonderful to see you. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
When it comes to personally campaigning for you, I'll do that. Anyway, that's how we conclude today's show. The Gold Morning.